Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Glenda's Dragon's Den. I am Glenda Dawson of Glenda's Magical Creations Spiritual Center, and I am your host and the producer. I started uh, this podcast back in 2019, and I changed it for a little bit to give you guys, to give everyone a different outlook. Usually I have a guest here, and that will happen again soon. But Spirit has been guiding me and telling me that my audiences need to hear some of the subjects that I am talking about. I am truly, really, truly, truly grateful that you are here with me today. And I do want to speak to the one who is always strong. That is basically what the show is about. Or those that recognize this one person. Because maybe this will hit home and you will take a different out. You would think of a different outlook. You would do things differently. So, to the ones that are always strong, to the one everybody calls when they are falling apart, to the one that always listens, the one who holds sacred space for you, to the one who figures it out, to the one who speaks going even when their own spirit is exhausted. They keep going and going and going. To the one who says, I'm fine, because explaining the truth will require way too much energy. To the one who can function through pain, smile through disappointment, and show up for others while quietly wondering who is going to show up for them. This episode is called The Hidden Cost of Being the Strong One, when holding everyone else together is pulling you apart. Many, the healers, those that are always there for others, those that forget about who they are. And I want to begin just with this. Being strong is beautiful. I'm strong, believe me. But when strength becomes the place where you hide your pain, it stops being strength and it starts becoming a cage. Just let that stand there. Let me repeat it. When the strength becomes the place where you hide your pain, it stops being strength and it starts becoming a cage. Why? Because many people have been praised for being the very exact thing that exhausts them. You are strong. You always know what to do. You handle everything so well. You always figure it out. I don't know what I would do without you. You're the only one I can talk to. And, you know, parts of those words are appreciated. But another part of you may be silently saying, I do not want always to be the strong one. I do not always want to be the safe place. I do not always want to be the one who understands. I want someone to notice that I am tired too. I want someone to be held without having to earn it. I want me to be held without having to earn it. I want to be loved even when I have nothing left to give. And if that sounds like you, this episode is for you. Or maybe you know someone that needs to hear this episode. So if it's not for you, it doesn't resonate with you, you know of someone, share it with them. I want you to just breathe with me. Why don't we do that? Okay. Inhale and release. Again, inhale and release. And let your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench. Let your body know that for this moment you do not have to hold everything. And gently say within yourself, I am allowed to need support too. Again, let's repeat it. I am allowed to need support too. One more time, because why not? I am allowed to need support too. And so we begin. There's a kind of strength that is rooted in wisdom. It helps us rise, it helps us endure, it helps us keep faith when life is heavy, helps us protect what matters, helps us stand when we need to stand. That kind of strength is sacred. Beyond words, that kind of strength is sacred. But there's also another kind of strength that is not really, doesn't really strengthen us at all. It's survival wearing a brave face. It is the strength that says, do not cry. You do not need. Do not ask. Do not fall apart. Do not let anyone see how bad it hurts. Keep going. People are counting on you. This kind of strength may have started early. Maybe you had become, or you had to become responsible before you were ready. Maybe you had to read the room before you had language for what you were sensing. Maybe you became the emotional caretaker to your family. Maybe you learned your needs created problems, especially at early age. They taught you don't cry, especially if you're a guy, you know, men don't cry. You're not a man. Come on. So you learned that falling apart was not safe. Maybe you discovered that being useful was the easiest way to be loved. So you adopted. You became dependable. You became aware. You became the fixer, the helper, the peacemaker, the one who could handle it, the one who would not complain, the one who would find a way. And for a while, that version of you protected you. It got you through. It helped you survive. But survival patterns become heavy when you carry them into every season of your life. That part of you once had to be strong may still be running the show. You were really strong when you were going through a divorce or going through a separation or going through a death in the family. But you don't need to carry that strength even now, even when you're safe, even when help is available, even when you're exhausted, even when your body is asking for rest, even when your spirit is saying, I cannot keep doing this alone. And this is where healing begins. Not by shaming the strong one, but by asking, what did this strength cost me? Did it cost me rest? Did it cost me softness? Did it cost me vulnerability? Did it cost me my ability to receive? Did I close my heart in order to be strong? Did I develop the sacredness of, as they call it, selective hearing? I know, every man in this that hears this is going to yell at me. I know. But you guys have a great thing, selective hearing. And many women who become strong and carry that choose to also have selective hearing because it doesn't cost them. And being strong may have cost them the truth of their own emotions. That question matters because strength is not supposed to erase you. True strength becomes and includes the courage to be honest about what you need in general. Being dependable can become an identity. Some people only exist because others need them. And when that identity falls apart, when your children don't need you as much as they did when they were young, you become a mess. You don't know what to do. You just can't function. People know they can call you. People know you will answer. People know you will listen. People know you will understand. They know you will help them with the process. They know you will be calm and you can calm the storm. They know you will somehow make space even when your own space is already full. And maybe that is the part of your gift. Maybe you really are compassionate. Maybe you are really wise. Maybe you really can see beneath the surface. Maybe you really do have the ability to hold energy, read emotions, sense what is unspoken, and help others feel less alone. But here's the part we have to tell the truth about. A gift had without boundaries can become a drain. Your compassion could be overused and taken advantage of. Your listening can be taken for granted. Your wisdom can become a free emergency service. Your energy can become the place where people unload but never replenish. And before you know it, you are not being loved. You are being used as a resource. Not that, not can, and that could be a hard thing to admit, especially when you care deeply, especially when you're spiritual, especially when you believe in service, especially when part of your soul came here to help. It's a fine line, a very thin line that you are not realizing is being crossed. But sacred service does not mean unlimited access. Helping others does not mean abandoning yourself. Being gifted does not mean being constantly available. You need to rest. There's a difference between being called to service and being conditioned to overfunction. One comes from alignment, the other comes from fear. One feels clear, the other one feels very heavy. One honors the vessel, the other one drains it. One, you are the vessel. The body is the vessel. The nervous system is the vessel. Your heart is the vessel. Your energy field is the vessel. Your spirit is the vessel. And if the vessel is depleted, the work suffers. If the vessel is overwhelmed, the discernment gets cloudy. If the vessel never rests, the gift becomes burdened. So the question is not, should I stop helping people? The deeper question is, am I helping people from overflow or from depletion? And that answer will tell you a lot. Again, am I helping from overflow or depletion? What? So let us talk something people do not always want to admit: resentment. Ooh. Resentment often appears when we keep saying yes while our soul is begging for no. We cross our own boundaries. We break down our own boundaries. It builds when we give more than we have. It builds when we show up for others who rarely show up for us. It builds when we keep acting like everything is fine while quietly feeling unseen. It builds when we are expected to be strong but not allowed to be human. And many strong people feel guilty for feeling resentful. They say, I should not feel this way. I'm not supposed to be loved. I'm supposed to be loving. I chose to help. I needed to be needed. They needed me. It is not their fault. But resentment is not always a sign that you are unloving. Sometimes resentment is a signal that your boundaries are overdue. Sometimes resentment is a part of you saying, I am tired of being erased. I am tired of giving from places that are empty. I am tired of pretending my needs do not matter. I am tired of being available to everyone except myself. That does not make you selfish. Actually makes you honest. And resentment is not meant to become your home. It is meant and it comes as a messenger. It can show you where you have been overextending, where you have been afraid to say no, where you have confused obligation with love, where you have allowed others to depend on your silence, where you have given access to people who do not honor sacredness of your energy. So instead of shaming your resentment, listen to it. Ask, go ahead, ask, what boundaries did I ignore? What truth did I silence? What need did I dismiss? And believe me, I've done this myself. I have put myself aside to give, 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 give. And then a spark, a reminder. I need to step back, put my boundaries up again, put my wall back up, and I give, but I give from not an empty vessel. What am I giving that I no longer have? Is another question. What part of me is asking to be seen? This is where the strong ones begin to soften, not collapse, but soften. Because softness is not weakness. Softness is a doorway back to the truth. You know, if you're too strong and it's working against you, you close your heart. And without realizing it, you don't allow love in. You know, some people never let themselves fall apart. They cry in the shower, they fall apart in the car, they feel the heaviness at night when everyone else is asleep. They keep it together in public. They keep it together at work. They keep it together for the children. They keep it together for the family. They keep it together for the clients. They keep it together for the group. They keep it together because they do not know what would happen if they stopped. But there's a danger, a very strong danger, in never allowing yourself to be held. The danger is being the safe place for everyone else while never having your own. The danger is becoming so good at functioning that people stop realizing you're hurting and sometimes even forget you. You forget how tired you are. You forget how much you carry. You forget when you last felt truly supported. You forget what it feels like to exhale without needing to be responsible for the room until the body speaks. The body always speaks. The exhaustion becomes louder, the irritation rises, the tears become unexpected, the sleep becomes restless, the chest becomes heavy, the spirit becomes dull. The intuition feels clouded, the joy feels far away, and the heart closes. The heart closes. And you may ask, what is wrong with me? But maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe your body is finally telling you the truth your mouth has been protecting you from. Maybe your spirit is asking for restoration, right? Maybe your heart is tired of being the place everyone comes to be held while it remains unsupported. So you close it so you don't receive. You're allowed to have a moment. You're allowed to need a safe space. You're allowed to say, I am not okay today. I need help. I need rest. I need someone to listen without needing to me to fix anything. I also need someone to listen without saying a word. Do not give me answers. I want to just be heard. I need to be held also. There is no shame in that. There is sacred honesty in that. You know, strong people need healing too. Healers need healing. Leaders need support. Mothers need care. Fathers need tenderness. Teachers need guidance. Spiritual workers need restoration time. Caretakers need places where they can stop caretaking. Empaths need energetic clearing. Intuitives need grounding. The ones who hold space need spaces where they are held. Yet, and yet, strong people often wait too long to ask for help. They wait until the body breaks down. They wait until the resentment becomes too loud. They wait until the spiritual heaviness becomes overwhelming. They wait until they no longer hear themselves clearly. Hear this again. They wait until they no longer hear themselves clearly. They wait until they are depleted and then wonder why everything feels harder. But do not, but you do not have to wait until you are empty to receive support. You do not have to wait until the crisis. You do not have to earn rest through collapse. You do not have to prove pain before you are allowed to care. This is especially important for those that do spiritual work. When you are holding energy, listening deeply, guiding others, clearing, teaching, channeling, serving, or walking with people through their healing, your field needs tending. Your body needs tending. Your heart needs tending. Your spirit needs tending. You cannot keep pouring from an empty vessel or a vessel that never receives. And I say this with love. Sometimes the strong ones resist support because receiving feels unfamiliar. I really say this with love. I also say it because I know. I have been there. It is easier to give. Giving feels safer. Giving gives you a role. Receiving asks you to be vulnerable. What? I don't like to be vulnerable. But you're not going to be vulnerable. It just means that you are allowing the receiving of love, of tenderness, of of you receiving whatever you need. It doesn't make you vulnerable, it makes you stronger because it shows that you are putting up boundaries. Receiving asks you to stop performing. Get that? Receiving asks you to stop performing. Receiving asks you to admit you have needs. And what? We are human? No, we're not. We can't be human. No, no, no. And for many strong people, that can feel very, very uncomfortable. But receiving is part of healing. You are not only here to give light, you are here to let light reach you too. Really. And I want to point out, you know, that there is a difference. I'm going to state that there's a difference between strength and armor. Strength is alive, armor is very rigid. Strength can bend and be flexible, armor cannot. Strength can speak the truth, armor hides the pain. Strength can ask for help, armor says, I do not need anyone. Strength has boundaries, armor has walls. Strength is rooted in wisdom, armor is rooted in fear. Many people call their armor strength because it helped them survive. That's great. And for a reason or a season, it may have been. It protected the heart, it keeps emotions contained, it helped you through what felt the impossible. But eventually, that armor that protected you can become the thing that separates you from the connection to softness, to the divine, to trust, or even support. You may wonder why you feel alone, yet you never let anyone close enough to truly see you. And, believe me, I've been there. It's very hard, especially for a Gemini, to allow other people to see the truth. You may want support but reject it when it arrives. You may crave love but feel unsafe receiving it. You may rest. You may want rest. You may want rest but feel guilty the moment you slow down. You may want to be understood but never share enough of your truth for anyone to meet you there. That is not because you are broken. It is because the armor became familiar. Healing does not always mean throwing the armor away all at once. Sometimes it means gently asking, do I still need this here? If you're going through a bad divorce, a bad breakup, a bad moment in your life, maybe you still need it. But you don't always need it for every season. Is it protecting you or isolating you? There's a big difference. Can I let one safe person see one honest layer? Hmm. Can you? Can I receive one kind word without deflecting? Oh, that's hard. It really is hard. But you know what? You can do it. You can do it and allow the good to come into you. Can I let myself rest without earning it first? These are small openings, but small openings matter because softness returns slowly when it has been guarded for a long time. The strong one often carries a secret fear. If I stop holding everything, everything will fall apart. Who else would keep this house together? That fear can keep people trapped for years. It makes them overfunction, overprepare, overgive, overexplain, overwork, overmanage, overlisten, overcarry. And underneath all of that is the belief if I do not hold this, no one will. What if your holding everything is not sacred assignment? What if some of the things that you are holding are not yours to hold or to carry? What if some people need to learn their own strength? What if some systems only continue because you keep rescuing them? What if some relationships would reveal their imbalance if you stop doing all the emotional labor? Right? You feel safe. You think you feel safe. You ask your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever, your best friend, hey, I really need help today. I really need a shoulder to cry. I just want to speak my truth. And you're thinking it's safe. It's safe. And then all of a sudden they turn around and they try to tell you how they would do things instead of just listening, just holding you, just creating sacred space for you. That's hard to do. Some people don't know how to create sacred space because they've been hurt too. So they don't know. They're always on the defensive. So maybe you need to stop doing all the emotional labor so that relationship could heal and maybe that person can learn how to become sacred space for you. Because they may love you, they may care about you, they may want to do this, but they need to know how to do it. And maybe that's part of it. What if the world does not end when you rest? What if the right people step up when you stop filling in every gap? What if your peace has been waiting on your willingness to put down what was never yours? This is not abandoning your responsibilities, not abandoning anything. It is about discerning what is actually yours. Your healing is yours. Your energy is yours. Your choices are yours. Your boundaries are yours. Your spiritual path is yours. But every other person's reactions are not yours to control. Other people's growth is not yours to force. Other people's emotions are not always yours to regulate. Other people's chaos is not always yours to absorb. Other people's healing cannot happen through your self destruction. That is the hard truth for the strong one. But it is also liberation. It is liberation. When the strong one feels and finally speaks, the room may go quiet because people are used to your silence. They are used to your patience. They are used to your understanding. They are used to you carrying more than you share. They're used to you saying, it's okay. So when you finally say, I'm tired, I cannot do this anymore. I need support. I need things to change. I'm not available for this pattern. Some people may not know what to do. Some may get defensive. That happens a lot. Some may minimize it. Happens a lot. And when you think about it, when you really think about it and analyze it, you'll see it. Some may try to make you feel guilty. Some may suddenly realize they have been leaning on you too heavily. And some will love you enough to just listen and pay attention to that. Pay attention to who honors your honesty. Pay attention to who only likes your silence. Pay attention who respects your need for rest. Pay attention to who makes your pain about inconvenience, right? This is not about judging people harshly. This is about seeing it clearly, seeing exactly who they are. Your honesty will reveal where they are. It will reveal where respect exists. It will reveal which relationship can grow with the real you, because the real you deserves to be known. Not just the helpful you, not just the strong you, not just the spiritual you, not just the version of you that makes everyone else feel safe. The real you, the tired you, the tender you, the one who needs, get this, the one who needs, the one who feels, the one who is still healing, the one who is allowed to be human, for goodness sakes. So rest is not laziness. I want to get that clear, because a lot of people think that if you rest and you're not doing something, you're being lazy. Rest is also not failure. Rest is not weakness. Rest is not something you earn only after you have given everything away. Rest is sacred maintenance. Rest is spiritual hygiene. Rest is how the body integrates. Rest is how your nervous system repairs. Rest is how intuition becomes clear again. And rest is how your soul returns to itself. Sometimes you don't even recognize the person you have turned into. The person who is disgusted by people around them, who is closing up their heart, who's putting up walls, not boundaries, but walls so thick that not even a sledgehammer is going to get through it. Strong people often resist rest because stillness brings up everything they have been busy or too busy to feel. That is why rest can feel uncomfortable at first. The moment you slow down, the emotions rise, the grief surfaces, the exhaustion becomes obvious, the truth gets louder. But that does not mean rest is wrong. It means, for goodness sakes, that your body finally has enough safety to speak. Start small, maybe 5 minutes of quiet, one honest breath, one evening where you do not answer to anyone, one boundary around your phone, one moment of asking yourself, what do I need? One healing session, one walk, one prayer in your own language, one glass of water, one decision not to rescue someone from a consequence they need to learn from. That's a big one and hard to do. Rest does not always look dramatic. Sometimes rest is simply refusing to abandon yourself for one more hour. That counts. That matters. That is healing. For myself, I put my phone on silent. My office hours are from here to here. If you leave a message, and if I cannot answer the phone and you leave a message, I return your phone call. If you do not leave a message, I won't even acknowledge that you called. And it says it in my message. Leave a message, I'll return your call. I cannot call you back if I don't know who you are. Plain and simple. Now, sometimes rest is important, not all the time. Now, I want to give you a hint. A restful body is able to give more to others. So, if your decision is to always be the giver, a restful body can give more to others because you're not giving from an empty vessel. That is healing. Now, I'm going to give you, guide you through a reset for those that are strong, the strong one. Please only participate if you're in a safe place to relax. If you're driving or doing something that requires your attention, just simply let the words move gently through your awareness, and come back later and fully participate, since this is the recording of this live stays here. So, for those who are able to allow your body to settle, let your feet connect to the floor. Or if you can't, don't worry about it, you're still connected. Let your hands rest. Soften your shoulders because I'm sure some of you are wearing your shoulders like if there were earrings. Bring them down. Take in a deep breath and release. Again, breathe in and release. Now bring your awareness to your shoulders, the place where so many strong people carry invisible weight, very heavy, heavy things that we carry. Take that breath into that space, nice and slow, and release. And now say to yourself, I do not have to carry everything. I do not have to carry everything. Let's say it one more time. I do not have to carry everything. Now bring your awareness to your heart, not forcing it open, not demanding anything from it, just noticing, just noticing. And gently say, I am allowed to need support. Take a deep breath. I am allowed to be honest. Take a breath. I am allowed to rest. Take a breath. I am allowed to receive. Take a breath. And I am allowed to be in sacred space. Take a breath. Now envision a soft light above you. This is a light of compassion, a light of restoration, a light of sacred support. Let that light gently move down through the top of your head, across your forehead, softening the thoughts that you must do everything alone. Hey, single mothers, they got to do it all alone. They do. But they also need rest. They need restoration. They need compassion. Let it move behind your eyes, releasing the tears you have held back for so long. And it's okay. If there is someone around you, oh well, they should be hearing this. And if not, go for it. Nobody's around you. Nobody could see you. Let it move through your throat, softening the words you have swallowed, Those words that are your truth, and yet you refuse to say them because they cause too much pain when they are said. Let it move into your shoulders now, loosening the burdens that were never yours to carry. Let it move back to your heart, holding the part of you that has been strong for too long, way too long. Let it move to your stomach, softening the fear of needing. And let it move down to your legs, into your feet, grounding you and supporting you. Reminding you that you do not have to hold the entire world to be worthy of love. You do not have to hold the entire world to be worthy of love. I want you to now say gently, I release the weight that is not mine. I return the responsibility that belongs to others. I call my energy back from overgiving. I call my spirit back from exhaustion. I allow support to reach me. I allow rest to restore me. I allow my strength to become softer, wiser, and more honest. Now I want you to take a deep, deep breath, slow. Let that, just all those words really flow through you. Envisioning yourself placing the heavy bundle down in front of you. This represents all the burdens, expectation, emotional labor, old roles, and responsibilities that do not belong to you. You do not have to know every detail. Your spirit knows. Just place it down, step back, take a deep breath, and say, I honor what I've carried. I release what is no longer mine. I choose to walk forward lighter. I want you to take one deep breath and say gently, and so it is. And as we continue, I want to do a spiritual blessing for the strong one. Remember, first remember that I am here for you. I could help you set the boundaries. I could guide you. I could do healing sessions. I could be here and be your guidance. And I line you again with in your path. I line you with the relationship with the divine. So let us enter into a beautiful spiritual blessing. Receive only what feels aligned with your heart, with your body, with your path, and your relationship with divine. Divine creator, divine about all things. Take a nice slow deep breath and release. To the divine source of love, wisdom, compassion, restoration, and sacred stead, may every strong soul listening feel held. May the ones who carry too much begin to feel safe putting something down. May the ones who always listen be deeply heard. May the ones who always understand be lovingly understood. May the ones who hold space receive space. May the ones who support others receive support in return. May exhaustion soften. May resentment become wisdom. May overgiving be replaced with sacred balance. May hidden grief be met with compassion. May the nervous system learn that rest is safe. That's a big one. May the nervous system learn that rest is safe. May the heart learn that receiving is safe also. May the voice learn that asking is safe. May the body release the belief that it must carry everything alone. May old roles listen their group. May unhealthy expectations fall away. May boundaries become clear, loving, and strong. May the strong one remember they're allowed to be human. They're allowed to have needs. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to receive. You're allowed to be supported without earning it through exhaustion. And may your strength no longer be a cage. May it become a river, alive, flexible, clear, supported. May you walk forward with lighter shoulders, softer hearts, a center field, and a clearer field, I should say. In your center, be centered, and a deep knowing that you are loved for who you are, not only for what you carry. And may all this unfold in divine timing, divine protection, and the highest good of all involved. And so it is. Take a deep breath. Now, before I close, I want to speak directly to the person who felt this episode in their body. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are overgiving. Maybe you are holding energy that is not yours. Maybe your spirit feels heavy. Maybe you know you need support, but you have been telling yourself you can handle it. And maybe you can handle it, but you should not always have to. Sometimes the strongest next step is receiving help, a healing session, a guidance section, a class, a circle, a sacred space where you are not expected to hold anything, a place where your energy can be supported, cleared, strengthened, and restored. There is no need, there is no shame in needing. There's no shame in being the helper who also needs healing. There's no shame in being the leader who also needs support. There's no shame in saying, I have carried enough and I am ready to receive. I also want to say something to those who are not the strong ones, who are always receiving and expecting. Just remember that when someone that you always felt is the strong one who could figure it out and all that stuff, who's always there for you, comes to you, just be there to support them. Hold space for them. That's all you need to do. Give them a hug. Hold space. Tell them, ask them what they need. Let them speak. Let them get their truth out without expectations or judgment or even a word. Sometimes the best thing you could do is just keep the mouth shut and say, I am here. That's it. So if you feel to be called in deeper, I want you to invite you to contact me. Really, contact me so we could see if you receive what you need to restore your energy, to return to yourself, to guide you, to release what is not yours. You do not have to wait until you collapse. You do not have to prove you are tired enough. You are worthy of support now. We all are. I have my mentors. I have my group of people, my tribe that I go to. And, you know, I know who is willing, even within my tribe, who is willing to do what and who cannot do what. And there's no shame in that. Each one of them has a role. Each one of them has a way, their gifts are differently developed and manifesting. So remember, you are worthy of support. Now, not when you're in the hospital with IVs because you collapsed. So when I closed, I don't want to say it this way. Remember, you are worthy and you are loved. And as we close our episode today, remember this: you are allowed to be strong without being silent. You are allowed to be loving without being endlessly available. Big thing to do is put boundaries. Put that phone in do not disturb when you don't want to be disturbed. Put your needs first. Take that shower first before you got to call somebody back. Take your time in the shower. Take your time eating. Don't give yourself indigestion because you got to eat fast to call somebody back because they called you, they texted you, they need you right away. No, you're allowed to help others without abandoning yourself. Again, you're allowed to rest before you break. You're allowed to need support. You're allowed to receive. And the hidden cost of being the strong one is that people may forget you are human, and you are human. Even if you're a hybrid, even if you came from a special tribe or a special race, or whatever, you are human. You have humanity in you. But today, let your spirit remember above all, you are not only here to hold, you're here to be held. You're not only here to give, you're here to receive. You're not only here to survive, you are here to live life. Again, you are here to live life. So I want to thank you for being here and joining me. And if this episode spoke to your heart, I invite you to share it with someone who has been strong for too long. And if you feel called to receive deeper healing, guidance, classes, contact me. Connect through me through my website, glendasmagicalcreations.com. Hit the contact button. Until next time, really until next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, may your shoulders soften. May you develop boundaries and not cross them. May your heart feel held. May your energy return to you. May you release what is not yours. May you remember that rest is sacred. And and of course, may you know you do not have to carry everything to be worthy of love. Again, you do not have to carry everything to be worthy of love. I want to wish you many, many blessings. And as always, I want to say, I love you. And until next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, stay well. Contact me. Love ya. Bye.